Good morning, Mets fans, and happy Monday. Welcome to a Monday edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and yesterday the Mets were unable to seal the deal and complete a 4-game sweep of the Cincinnati Reds. They were also unable to carry Jacob deGrom to his 15th win of the season, although he finally pitched well enough to earn it. The bullpen did, but it hadn't done in a while. It imploded and gave up a whole bunch of runs and ended up saddling the Mets with the Larry, as Keith would call it. But the Mets have won 4 out of their last 5 games, so I guess that's something to smile about. Over the weekend, the Mets, as I said, did end up taking 3 out of 4 from Cincinnati. Offensively, the Mets have performed very well. Had a couple of really nice showings. Honestly, even yesterday, the offense was not bad. Not bad at all, frankly. 5 runs should be plenty, and for deGrom it was. Unfortunately for Jake, too many pitches in the first inning and sort of shortened his day. And it forced the bullpen to get an additional 3 outs, which, as of yesterday, proved it could not do. And the funny thing was I think it was Friday night's broadcast where the SNY flashed the graphic that the Mets bullpen since the All-Star break has the best ERA in the National League. And watching that, I was sort of like, how is that even possible? But it was, it has been the case that the bullpen has been really good since the All-Star break. Guys like Paul Sewald, guys like Chase and Bradford, these guys have performed admirably in the second half of the season. Unfortunately, yesterday just was another one of those games where, it happens. Sewald didn't have it. He allowed a leadoff walk, which of course always comes back to bite you. He ended up allowing the tying runs to score on a home run that he gave up, including that leadoff walk in the inning. Now, I will put a little asterisk next to that, because had the infield been able to turn a double play, which was tailor-made, they would have been out of the inning and there would have been no home run. So we'll just throw that one out there. But further down the line, Familia did not have it yesterday. It was his first effort to pitch back-to-back days, and it was a short turnaround, night game followed by a day game. So Jarice did not have it yesterday. He ended up giving up the go-ahead runs to the Reds, and they wouldn't look back from there. The Reds ended up scoring 8 unanswered runs in the afternoon yesterday. So the Mets take a loss, but relatively positive experience over the weekend. Again, Rafael Montero pitched well, at least well enough to earn a W. I think he has 5 wins now on the season, which not long ago he was saddled with just 1. So, some silver linings to look at there. Offensively, I've mentioned this a little bit. Brandon Nimmo remains to be very intriguing. I don't know if he's an everyday player, but he's an interesting guy to watch because of his ability to put up quality at-bats and get on base. And he may end up being the 4th outfielder next year. I would be okay with that. And honestly, I'm leaning more toward Juan Lagares being the everyday center fielder. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming season, the 2018 season, after the season is over. I don't want to get into it too much during the season, because we've got so much to play for and pay attention to now. I don't want to muddy all of that with thoughts of 2018. So we'll do that in a couple of weeks. So that's going to wrap it up for today. The Mets are off tonight. They'll be playing a series in Chicago starting tomorrow, and they'll be sending Robert Gsellman to the mound. We'll see. I've had that feeling this past weekend a few times facing the Reds, which have a powerhouse offense, and the Mets pitching did a pretty good job against them up to yesterday. So maybe Gsellman will pitch fine against the Cubs. We'll see. But again, that game is tomorrow night, 8:05. Until then, I probably won't have a video tomorrow because there's no game to talk about tonight. So I'll probably come back sometime on Wednesday morning with a recap of the Tuesday game. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you're not already doing so, please follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, despite being 17 games under 500, let's go Mets.